Should you buy an older metal detector? I got an interesting comment that sparked this video, and this is about the E-Track, which was a detector that came out in 2008, and one that I bought used for myself and also used extensively. They're running the last of these, the E-Track, out in Australia for like $550 in a couple of stores, so I grabbed myself one, super interested to see how it goes. So we'll get into how that went for me, but first, let's go back in time. We're using the Wayback Machine. This is the Minelab website from November 26th, 2010. Oh, right on cue, that just disappeared. Well, it's clear that they're running old scripts on Wayback Machine, and it's having a problem showing the image that you saw a second ago. My point is this was the top-of-the-line metal detector for Minelab until the CTX 3030 came out. So let's revisit the essential question in this video. Are you better off buying a top-of-the-line older detector or a cheaper new one? How did my experience go with it? It was great. I used it for, I think, 30-something videos on my channel. I mean, I called the thing the Silver Slayer. It couldn't be that bad. And, outside of that, I dug more, and it was a great detector. But there was a difference that I noticed. There she is. It's the E-Track. I got 23 of these for my website, iratemetaldetectors.com, and this one, it's still here. I can't swing 23 metal detectors at once, but, I've reinvested what I've earned from YouTube so that I can advise you a little bit. All right, Meryl, so what are the differences between an older generation metal detector and today's models? So look at this. This is a 1979 treasure hunting magazine. And in the article, there is a mention of somebody going down 10 to 18 inches below the present surface of the ground. I discovered an amazingly rich trove of treasures. What? Give or take an inch or two, we are digging the same depths as generations ago. Like right now, the gold standard for metal detectors is to hit 10, 11 inches on an American dime. Depth is dependent upon your coil size. It's also dependent upon the amount of mineralization in the ground and organic material. Before we go on, this is a friendly reminder to please hit that subscribe button. We've gotten this number a lot lower. It used to be in the 80s. Right now, 66% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed over the last 28 days. That's a lot better. Please support my channel and hit that subscribe button. Now, the biggest difference that you will see between 2020's detectors and 2010's is target separation. This is an excerpt from a recent video that I did that compared the Minelab Safari with the Minelab Manticore, but the same thing applies for the E-Track or even the CTX 3030. There's a staggering difference in recovery speed in modern detectors versus ones that came out even 10 years ago. Now here's the fun part of owning 23 detectors. This was one of my first, the Minelab Safari, and a great machine for its time. Now look at how I have this set up: quarter, nickel, dime, quarter, nickel, nickel, quarter, bunch of coins. You get the point. Now watch this. Blends together, right? Now slow down. It's like calling nickel over the quarter. Now it's high. It's merging all of these together. Okay, now it's time for the Manticore. Oh, my poor Safari, I used to love you. Still kind of do. Don't think I'd use you, though. just for the sake of going slowly.
Yeah.
So what does this mean to somebody who's brand new to metal detecting? It means if you are trying to pull objects in traffic, you would struggle with it a lot more with a older generation metal detector. Watch this. But I'll tell you, this detector is supernatural. So here's a quarter. We're going to put it down in here. Let's see. There's just a way that when you're in the park, you could like shimmy it around to figure out what's there. I'm even using the oversized coil, and we'll get to the coils in a second. Oh, see that? You can tilt the coil and you get closer to the quarter signal. There's just angles with this machine, and it's so sophisticated with that. It's another level with target separation, and it eliminates a lot of the masking. The Equinox came out in 2018, and a lot of the other detectors that were made since then were meant to emulate the Equinox. So what else has changed within this same time frame? So what else has changed since perhaps 2010 to today? Weight. The detectors are a heck of a lot lighter. So here we have a comparison of the superstar metal detectors from the 2010s versus the 2020s. And look at the average weights in pounds. This is 2010s, it was 4.1 pounds, and 2020s, it is 2.7. The other thing you might have noticed in that graph is the majority of detectors that are coming out today have internal rechargeable batteries. The XP Deus was kind of a unicorn. It was perhaps the first one to have that, but others have emulated that. And the lighter that a detector is, and the better the battery quality that it is, the longer that you could swing it. And think about this. Think of the utility that you don't have to buy batteries. Sure, you could buy rechargeable ones. Those never work as well as the ones that are internal. So I think that is a big difference. But let's go back to the original question. The person from this comment spent $550 on a used E-Track. My response was, it's worth $550. There's no doubt with use that you'll be able to recoup that investment. I mean, that's one ring. That's the thing about any metal detector. If you get one good treasure, and there's lots out there, if you get one good treasure, it pays for itself. Did you get the best value out there? Hell no. So let's look at the detectors on my site and let's decide what I would rather have than an E-Track at $550. Remember, this one here is rated for its full price. It was recently sold brand new at $1,200, and that was after getting its price lowered. So it was for that. It's no longer for sale, but it still remains there. Now, this one is a no-brainer. A Legend at $500, 10 times out of 10, I would rather have over an E-Track. It is a more capable detector, plus you're getting a better value. So we're making our list here. We made a note of that. Instead of an E-Track at $550, I would rather have, well, so far we have listed a new Nocta Legend at $500. Now, Equinox, is that a better detector than the E-Track? It is, but its price point starts at $600. XP Deus 2, I think in capability is the most capable detector on the market right now, but its price point is too high. It's over the $550. Manticore, very similar to how I feel about the Deus 2. The price point is too high with this for the $550. Now, Equinox, $600. You could get that for $600, but again, that's higher. Simplex, now that's an interesting one. That you could get in the $250 range, but the capability of the E-Track is higher than the capability of the Simplex. So I'm going to leave the Simplex. This was a tough one. Minelab Vanquish. I see these as very similar. Yeah, look at this. Capability rating of the Vanquish is a 49.4 out of 60. Both of these detectors would fit the price point. That's why we're doing this. We're not really including value here, but capability for less than $550. 49.4. Now, if you take a look at the capability rating of the E-Track, as you can see, it's higher. So if our budget is $550, we're going to lean E-Track. But there's one detector that I have not gotten to ranking yet, and that is the Xterra Pro. Xterra Pro is no joke. It is a really, really good detector. It is advertised as one frequency at a time. It's really good. I tried it on the beach. I tried it on the dirt. If you like Target ID, you should wipe it off of the list that I'm about to show you. Its Target ID is all over the place, but man, it could go deep. It could separate. It's beach capable. It checks all the boxes, and it's got an internal rechargeable battery, a light. It's got everything for $270. It is a game changer. So here's your answer, and it's down to two detectors. Remember, the Equinox series starts at about $600 nowadays, and our budget here was $550. But a Nocta Legend at $500, I would rather have 10 times out of 10 over an E-Track. And believe it or not, a new Minelab Xterra Pro at $270. That's the one that I am trying to really quantify and see where it fits. That might be a number one on my site very soon. I don't mean number one in terms of capability, it's not, but in terms of value, what you get for $270, I really have to weigh that against the Legend. I think it's going to be a number one or a number two based on the value. There, I want to finish my video today with one of the coolest things that's ever happened to me. You see this rock? This is gold bearing, and it was sent across the country by a gentleman named Gary who watches my channel. Let me try to read this, or some of this. Merrill, hope all is going well. I found your videos to be very informative. Your teaching style is quite effective. Not only does it lock in one's attention, but it stimulates the learner's desire to dig deeper into the subject matter. The entertainment value of the videos adds greatly to the viewer's expertise. As a way of saying thanks for the time and effort you have put into these productions, I'm sending you a sample of gold ore from one of my claims in Idaho. Life goals right there. My gold chasing efforts up to this point have been limited to alluvial and hard rock prospecting. I now have high expectations that after studying the Metal Detecting NYC videos and putting in a lot of beach swing time, there will be many holy cow moments. I'll be giving my new Honey Badger scoop its first good workout this weekend. I hope you got it, Gary. Very much looking forward to future videos. I sometimes forget, but I want to say thank you to Gary. Thank you to you all for thinking enough, perhaps, of this channel and tuning in. So, big thank you. That was so cool. You sent a rock across the country. Thank you. All right, folks. I will see you on the next one.